Hey guys, and welcome to Natural Aesthetics. So I'm not going to lie, these last couple of weeks have been pretty rough for me. Just haven't been feeling myself, I haven't been feeling atrocious, but there's just something that hasn't been quite right. Feeling really lethargic, almost feverish at times, kind of nauseous and dizzy. But today, as I'm recording this, I'm feeling a little bit more perky, a little bit more energetic and like myself, so hopefully whatever it was has cleared itself up. I think I've just been kind of fighting off some sort of virus that hasn't quite showed itself fully, and I guess you're more susceptible when you're dieting, but I think more so it's just a combination of a little bit of stress and work and just being run down and stuff. So yeah, this was squats Friday last week, and I had a thumping headache during the session. I couldn't delay the session anymore. I wanted a fresh start, ready for next week, to get on it properly. And especially because of the week prior to this, I'd lost a couple of days due to not feeling great. So I didn't want to delay it, I didn't want to postpone it. I had to get it done. It wasn't a good session. I was feeling, obviously, if you ever tried squatting with a thumping headache, it's not pleasant. Very, very hard. But I guess I did as much as I could possibly do under the circumstances, so I can't be too disappointed. Now for the rest of the video, I just wanted to showcase some of my squats for when I was heavier. The video features kind of two different time frames, one from winter just gone, before I started dieting, after I was ill in spring, kind of the work from summertime up to winter to get my squat back up. After I had that nerve inflammation, and then a year previous to that, after my first bodybuilding competition, where I increased my squat quite rapidly. So while you're watching these clips, I wanted to talk about why I think that most people can probably lift more on a squat than they think they can. Now, this might be common sense for those that have been lifting for quite some time, or maybe not. More so, perhaps, guys that have experience in powerlifting or strength training, this is obvious stuff. But for those newbies and beginners, and someone that's perhaps not used to squatting heavy, could perhaps benefit for this. The mindset is imperative. You must have that no fear attitude, and complete and utter confidence in yourself when you're going for a heavy squat. More often than not, I would train on my own. I'd load up the weights, and I would just squat with no fear. If I failed the rep, which was rare, I would simply dump it behind me, and that's the attitude you have to take. There could be no fear of failure at all. That's just going to hinder you. So practice dumping the bar at the bottom if you do train on your own, and also you have to go all the way down. Again, this may seem obvious, but you're only hindering yourself if you're going halfway down on your squats. There's enough stuff out there, research and videos and whatnot, to showcase that it's obviously more efficient to go all the way down. But I do still see it every single day, so clearly people aren't grasping the idea. You've got to go all the way down. It's only going to hinder you in the long run if you don't. I guess it comes back to that fear factor as well. You talk to people about it, and they're like, I'm worried about not getting up from that bottom position, or I'm worried it's going to hurt my knees. You need to do some research, watch some people who are decent squatters, and get rid of that fear. Stop using the foam pad on your shoulders. Again, that's only going to hinder you in the long run. Get used to that feeling of the weight on your back. And I also think at some point it's probably wise to learn how to grind the reps out. When the weight is heavy and you're really struggling to get back up. Builds character, it builds that no fear factor. And it's extremely valuable, I think, on learning how to squat with heavy weights. So you're able to continue pushing and pushing and pushing without worrying about not getting up again. And this is a good exercise to do that. You should load the weight up as heavy as possible and just hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. And also, if you're serious about putting some mass on your thighs and squatting heavy, then you're going to have to gain body weight. Like I said before in some of my videos, I was always naturally lean, an ectomorph. I don't put on muscle mass easy. I don't get strong easy. I was always quite weak, so I had to really work hard to get up to those strength levels, and by doing so, I've built that muscle mass on my thighs. It was only because I gained that weight while I was bulking, and made it easier for me to get to those kind of weights quicker. If you're a natural and you want to add some serious strength to your squat, then you've got to think about at least putting some weight. It's going to be a lot harder if you're constantly ripped and lean like I used to be. So I hope you found that somewhat informative, guys. If you enjoyed the video, then please give me a like. Any comments or questions regarding diet or training, then please leave a comment in the comment section below. Check out my social media, all the links in the description box below. Stay strong.